Hey guys! So I'm really excited to be filming today's video because it's college related. In case you didn't already know, I actually recently finished my freshman year of college attending Florida State University. I had such a good first year and I'm so excited that in like less than a month I'll be going back and starting my sophomore year. But I remember about a year ago before I entered college, I had so much fun picking out everything that I was going to be using in college or needing for my dorm. And yes, I did live in a dorm my freshman year. I'm going to be telling you guys all the things that I think you should be bringing to college, as well as any dorm essentials that really helped me out through the year. Obviously everybody's different, but these are the things that were really useful for me during my first year and things that I think could be really useful for you guys. So the first thing that I think that everybody should use in college is one of those phone card holders. They're just the little sticky things that you can put on the back of your phone and they have a spot for you to put cards in. I tended to notice that in college, not a ton of people use purses or bags all the time, especially when you're like going out or just making quick errands. And there's certain things that I always needed on a daily basis, like my ID, my student ID, my debit card, and anything like that. And it was just super handy to have it all in one place on my phone, which I would bring everywhere. So many people use them. You can ask anybody who's in college, but yeah, they're really cheap and really useful. The next thing on my list is a planner. Whether it was classes or clubs or sorority stuff, there were just so many events that were always going on campus, and it was so nice to have a place to just write everything down. And then also it was really nice to just have somewhere to write down all my homework because due dates really do sneak up on you in college, so just having one place for everything is super nice. And I also love to use colored pens just to make it a lot prettier and more fun to use. So those two were just kind of overall college essentials, but now I'm gonna be moving more into like dorm stuff. And obviously everything that I mentioned would also be super useful in like an apartment or a house, but I just found them to be really useful when I was living in a dorm. So the first thing that I wrote down is a Brita water filter. I honestly don't know what I would have done without my Brita water filter. I used it several times a day. Since I was living in a dorm, I just had a sink, and honestly the water from it didn't taste that good and it wasn't like super cold or anything. So my Brita was basically just a pitcher with a filter, and I would just fill it up in the sink and then put it in the fridge, and it filtered my water, made it nice and clean, and I could keep it cold. And then whenever I needed water, I could just whip out the Brita and have some really nice water. So the next thing that kind of goes along with that is a good reusable water bottle. My personal favorites are like any of the metal water bottles because they always keep your drinks super cold throughout the day. Let me tell you, you do a lot of walking in college, and whether it's to class or across campus, you're going to get thirsty doing so. So just having water makes it so much easier, and you can use your Brita to fill it up, and it's super nice, and you just have a good water bottle to use all the time. So the next thing on my list are power strips and extension cords. Honestly, you never know where the outlets are going to be in your dorm, and for me, there wasn't really a good one that was placed in a perfect spot next to my bed. So it was really nice for me to have an extension cord and also a long phone charger so that I could make sure that I'd be able to use my phone in bed and charge it at the same time. And then there's also usually not a ton of outlets in the room in general, so having power strips just allows you to have more places to plug things in. So yeah, those are super useful. The next thing is something that is honestly one of the most important things and everybody should consider getting, and it's a good mattress topper, because literally your bed is like the only place you have in your dorm room to sleep and sit and live. And if you have a good comfy bed, it's gonna make living in the dorm so much more enjoyable because you're pretty much spending all of your time in your room on your bed. But yeah, I think I got mine at like Bed Bath & Beyond, but they honestly sell them anywhere for all types of price ranges. But yeah, definitely consider that because the dorm beds are not comfortable. They're like springy boxes, and the mattress topper just makes it all that much better. The next item on my list is something that's essential for any type of wall decor or hanging things up, and these are command strips. In most dorms, you aren't allowed to like put holes in the wall or use nails, or else you get fines. But yeah, I use that for everything on my wall, and they worked great. The next thing that I think you guys should have is some form of lighting. This can be like a lamp or fairy lights or LED lights or anything like that. Just anything that's separate from the main lighting in your room. This is especially important in dorms where you're gonna be having a roommate, because most nights you're not gonna be going to bed at the same time. And that way, if someone goes to bed earlier, you can just turn off the main lights, and then whoever's staying up can just turn on their own lights so that it's a lot less bright for the other person. I had a desk lamp, and then I also had fairy lights, and honestly the fairy lights just made my room so much more fun and cozy, and it doubled as nice decor. So the next item is something that literally saved my life, but honestly not everyone will need. I personally have a lot of clothes and my closet was just not gonna cut it. It was basically like a door frame with a rod and it was so small and it definitely wasn't gonna fit all my clothes. So I bought one of these like double rod things. I don't really know how to explain it, but I'll put a picture in it, and it basically hung from the main rod and then totally doubled my closet space. So yeah, especially for you girls out there who have a lot of clothes, this is going to be a lifesaver if you're worried about not being able to fit all your clothes in your closet. The next thing that I recommend having in your dorm are good storage bins. With my dorm, I got like a desk and a dresser and my bed, and that was pretty much all the furniture that they gave me, but that obviously wasn't gonna fit all my items. So under my bed, I had 2 plastic drawers, you know, the ones with like 3 drawers, and I used one to keep like bras, underwear, and socks in, and then the other one to keep like toiletries and snacks and food. And then I also had 3 little fabric bins at the top of my closet, which I kept like towels and like laundry stuff and then any extra little things. Just having good places where you can store things is gonna be super useful because in a dorm it can get really cluttered, but having like some kind of organized format is gonna make it a lot easier and a lot nicer. The next thing that I recommend having is a nice shower caddy. This is especially important for people who don't have their bathroom right next to their room, because I know a lot of college dorms use communal bathrooms. Mine personally didn't have that, and I'm super blessed to say that because I honestly don't know how I would have done community bathrooms. But I did actually share a shower with 3 other girls, and obviously we didn't have room to keep all our stuff in the shower, so I just kept a little plastic shower caddy with all the shower stuff in my room, and then I would bring it in anytime I showered. And it was just super nice to keep all my shower stuff organized. That way I didn't have to like lug all the bottles in and out every time. The next item on my list is a good laundry bin. I actually ended up getting one with wheels, which was so nice, and I definitely recommend that to anybody who's living in a dorm. In my dorm, the laundry room was on the 1st floor and I lived on the 3rd floor, so I'd always have to lug all my laundry down to the laundry room. And just having it on wheels made it so much easier because I could just roll it down the hallway instead of having to carry a massive amount of clothing. The next thing that I thought was really helpful in college was having a little mini steamer. This was not something by any means that I used every single day. However, let me tell you, if there is an event where you're gonna be needing to look nice or your clothes are wrinkled and you need to fix that ASAP, you're gonna thank yourself so much just by having this steamer because it's so quick and easy to use. Mine was like 20 bucks and you literally just fill it up with water and it heats up in like less than 10 seconds, and then you just like run it over your clothes and it gets rid of all the wrinkles. And it's so much easier to store and use than having like an iron. But yeah, that's something that was definitely a lifesaver for me. The next thing that I think you guys should have in your room is a fan. When you're living in a dorm, you really don't have any control over the temperature in your room. And honestly, just do yourself a favor and get a fan because you are living in a dorm building which has so many people and it can really easily get congested. And especially during the summer months, it's really hot, so having that opportunity to cool down is really nice. So that's everything that was on my list for things that you guys should be bringing to college. Obviously, there's a lot of other self-explanatory items and things that you're obviously going to be needing to bring, but I wanted to keep this list nice and short and simple, and I stuck to the things that I found were super helpful that I typically wouldn't be using while I'm at home. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'm super excited to be making a ton of college videos in the future. So make sure you're subscribed so you can stay updated with all of that, and I'll see you in my next video.